Aloquin's probably gonna find a bathhouse or something, or a place to clean up a little bit, because she's gross. And then she's pestering pretty much everybody she can find about, have they ever heard of a man named Balin?
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess she's just kind of waiting for Clockhead to get back and show us his impressive connections here.
Yeah.
All right. So Clockhead comes back. He's not dressed as intricately as he was before, but I mean, he's not shirtless. So it's an improvement.
Yeah.
All right. You still wearing your top hat? I remember you got like your top hat and your pants out of the predicament. All right.
You notice that Sneegli is not there.
Oh no! Oh no! Okay, Aloquin does realize that, and like a mom who's lost her kid in the mall, just stops asking about Balin and just starts going, "Have you seen a little goblin guy named Sneegli? He's little, he's green, he's brown, and he's about this tall."
From the tailor shop that Clockhead just emerged from, you hear a commotion.
Oh no! Yeah,
and then,
that's probably mine!
Out of the window bursts Sneegli, wearing this.
What? No!
He's just booking it with an angry tailor in tow.
I found him.
And he's making for the nearest high place that he can find, like a church or something.
He's going to the church. He's wearing his Sunday best.
So, are you going to try to enter the church or climb from the outside? Oh no, I lost connection again. Oh, my internet connection is busted, so I'm going to pause. That's an unfortunate moment, but I'm going to pause it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am the plane shifter, and everybody disappeared. Bye. And then we all had to experience this cliffhanger until the next week, because my internet would not come back. Hello everyone, I am the plane shifter together with UncleJeffy, YellowDemonHurlr, and Das Robot. No, actually, sorry, Nora.
It's alright, either one is fine.
Oh boy, I got introduced first.
I just went in the order today.
I feel so special.
So you got introduced first, and I got introduced wrong. So
yeah,
nice. Very nice. Like it's a balance. Anyway, so last time we ended abruptly on the worst possible timing because my internet just decided to disappear on me.
Yes.
As it sometimes happens. So
it's a week later, and we left off with Sneeg. Yeah, it's a week later for us, and Sneegli is wearing a dress on top of a church.
Actually, I don't think he got out of the church before Shifty got to a church before Shifty disconnected. He just broke out of a window in this dress.
He's heading towards a church.
I believe
He's en route.
Yeah, I believe I noticed that the connection was off when I was trying to ask if he would go inside or climb through the outside.
Okay, so I made it to a church then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say you did.
Okay. With an angry tailor. Hot on my heels. Yes, I'm going to climb the church.
All right. You like dark places?
Yes.
Let's see.
Dark hole.
Church.
And is this the kind of church that has a steeple?
What's a steeple?
Big, narrow tower.
Oh,
Tall, narrow, spiky tower.
Yes. Let's say
Okay.
it's a tricky one, because it's not a dark hole. It's quite exposed.
Okay.
Oh, you made it.
Yep. 5.
Fine.
Wow!
Yeah.
You have 3
I've
on that.
put-
You have 3 on
fingers.
that, Yes.
Yes.
There's just flashes of a blue dress, and suddenly,
Yeah, Sneegli clambers up to the top of the steeple, startling some birds, which he swats at as they fly around him. It's like a scene out of King Kong,
Yes!
except he's wearing a blue dress.
Yeah.
All right.
So, what's the tailor doing?
The tailor is down on the tower, just screaming, "Get back here, you little creature!" or something along those lines.
Precious!
he is
Swatting
quite
at birds.
precious, isn't he?
What, Jeffy? I couldn't hear.
Clockhead turns to Aloquin and just says, "He is quite precious, isn't he?"
I feel like you're saying that sarcastically, but I mean, I'm pretty impressed. He scaled that thing in a full-on ball gown. I mean, that's nothing to scoff at.
Yeah.
We can't leave him up there, though.
Yeah, go deal with your goblin son.
Okay.
It might be a good idea to take along the person who is theoretically good at talking people down and calming them down.
I'll go. Are you sure you don't want to help me with this? Clockhead?
Oh no, it's all you.
Dang it! All right.
Have fun.
Oh, great. All right. I'll go talk to whoever runs the church and see if there's a way to get up there without having to scale the side. Like, can I get there from the inside? Are there stairs or anything?
Yes, there are stairs on the inside.
Okay. All right. And can I get permission to go up?
Yes, you explain the situation to the priest and they let you go up there.
Yeah, the whole time I'm
Sorted
explaining it,
out.
I'm just like really awkwardly like looking down and looking other places other than his face. Just... All right, so she'll climb up. I don't think probably she can get to the very tippy top of the steeple, but maybe there's a window or something.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
close
yeah.
enough to shout at him.
Yeah.
Yes.
How long are you planning on doing this, Sneegli?
He's kind of swinging around on the lightning rod thing at the tip of the steeple. Probably a while. Sneegly's having fun.
Well, I am glad you are having fun,
Be
but
firm with him, Aloquin.
what? I'm sorry. Maybe you could come up here in hell. All right, Sneegli.
The tailor knocks on you, on Clockhead, and asks, "Do you know those people?"
I wouldn't say. Yes, I know them. I know them.
How are you planning to repay me for the dress?
Well, sir, I have quite a few things that may interest you.
Okay. Okay, I'm listening.
Here's can I roll to see if Clockhead actually has anything
Any
that
questionable
he usually
gadgets?
sells?
Questionable gadget?
Yeah,
Oh,
questionable
yes.
gadgets. Yeah.
Something interesting for a tailor? I don't think that will be too difficult to get. Let's roll it against a 1, an average.
Alright, let's go.
Sewing machine.
Really?
Uh-oh.
Really? That
Nope.
that you got a 0. I
Awkwardly patting around your pockets, trying to find
Yes.
something to sell the man.
I have a wrench.
He's like, what I'm supposed to do with this?
Ren, I don't know. Look, I'm sorry. I met that thing like 2 days ago. I have nothing to do with this. Not my problem. Sorry. Keep the wrench, though.
He just gets it and just doesn't know what to do with it. Like he
Just watch. This will prove to be critical in the climax.
It's nice. It's halfling.
It's super small. It's for a halfling.
By the way, is this tailor a human tailor or a dwarf tailor?
It's a human. It's a human.
It's a human tailor. Okay.
Yeah.
We're in a small, we're in like a small trading town outside. of the
Yes,
main
it's a
port.
trading town. Mixed.
You guys, watching this already all know this, but it's been a week for us, so.
Yeah, we're a bit out of sorts on the whole situation.
Alright.
All right.
It would be a lot better if we could do this like on proper sequence, but it is what it is.
So I assume at this point we have started gathering a crowd down below.
Yes, there is. There is a bunch of people, like men and women, dwarfs, and what's a female dwarf? A dwarfette? I don't know.
Dwarfs and
dwarfette.
dwarfette.
I think they would punch you if you called them that.
Yeah.
Human men and women and dwarf men and women.
Yes.
Indeed.
Dwarfs and dwarfette.
Sneegli, we can't stay here too long. So I understand you're having fun, you want to be here a while, but can you give me like a time estimate maybe of how long that's gonna be?
Sneegli doesn't have a watch.
That's fair. Let's say I count to 10 and then we're done. How about that?
Do you expect him to give up the dress?
Just come down and stop spinning.
If Sneegli comes down, the tailor will be mad. Or the tailor will get him.
Because obviously he's going to be mad.
Already mad.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's called facing the consequences of your actions. So I know you're not a super, you haven't been around people too much, but what you did was not super chill. It's not the best thing to do in a town.
Chill like fish?
I guess you could make that comparison. Like, if fish are good, yeah, it's sort of a shaky comparison, but sure.
Fishes tries to escape when you tries to catch them.
I mean, you're not wrong, but let's refocus a little bit. I'm gonna count to 10. and you come down. All right?
As you are having these conversations, the city authorities are starting to come check out what's going on.
Oh, crap! All right.
Can you compel one of my
If I have to.
traits?
Do I still have dried fish? Do I still have fish? I feel like I should from our previous fishing
it makes
expedition.
Sense that you would get some fish for the trip.
Alright.
It's logical.
I will hold out a piece of fish and count to 10 and just wave the fish over my head. And I compel fish!
Fish! Sneegli grumbles, goes, okay, and he takes off the dress. Where's the tailor?
The tailor is on
Because
the
he
ground.
knows.
Yeah, the tailor is looking from the ground up, and he
Like
has a
how-
few of the soldiers, like the local police, ahead talking to him.
Mm-hmm. So, how close is he to the staircase?
He's the staircase is inside. He's outside.
Okay.
So yeah.
But what about
I think I'm
entrances
like
and
leaning
exits?
out a window.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's kind of close to the entrance of the church.
Okay. What I'm going to do
Boy.
is I'm going to grab a bird that was too slow to get away. And I'm going to tie the dress to the bird.
What?
And then I'm going to throw the bird, and it's going to fly off, carrying the dress.
If it's a big
Hopefully.
enough bird, those things are heavy. You've
I don't-
obviously
yeah,
never
I-
worn a prom dress, but
I don't think the bird will be able to fly very far.
I love this imagery though. If
Yeah.
Sneegli doesn't
I'm
know
not-
that.
I'm going to spend that token and
Alright.
that I just got and make the
Just
bird big
plummet
enough to
through-
fly with the
just
dress.
plummet.
All right.
So I'm going to
Tie
tie.
through a window in the tailor's. Just
Yeah.
go straight through a window.
So tie the dress to the bird and throw the bird as hard as I can to get it to fly away with the dress. And hopefully the tailor will have to go chasing after it.
The bird, it still struggles to remain airborne, but he's going somewhere. The tailor.
And if I need to roll, I can roll 2 birds with 1 stone.
Or is it
Oh,
one bird
that's
with one
interesting.
dress?
Let's make it hard, and let's roll and see what happens. It's a 3.
That's 3. Oh, and I
Yeah.
only have 1. Can I argue a 2 since I already spent the token to make it a big bird?
Okay, I choose tricky.
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh,
Wow.
4. Yes.
The
We
bird.
we see a blue dress fly over the Dragon Mountains.
Yeah. The bird goes really far away, really quickly as he gathers some speed by diving down and then moving forward a bit, and flapping its wings very quickly. And the tailor just looks at the whole situation with the hands on his head. He looks at Clockhead and goes, "You have to pay for this." And yes, the city.
I was hoping he would go chasing after the bird.
No, the bird was way too fast. He's like, "No, that's not gonna happen."
All right, he's demanding payment. Clockhead, you're the only one there.
Yeah, everybody else is down the tower.
Of course, if you do pay him, and you can retrieve the dress, then it's yours.
Yeah.
You can wear your top hat and pants and dress.
It's almost like a shirt.
You know what? You know what? Fine, whatever. It's not like It's not like I actually have anything to do with this. No! He just decides to go and climb on top of the church and steal a dress! Then tie it to a bird and throw it into the woods! And Clockhead just sort of wanders off.
Like he wanders off, like talking like this and throwing his hands on the air.
He's just screaming to the sky.
We still have our red dragon friend somewhere around here witnessing all this stupidity.
Yes. He's
realizing it may have been a mistake.
We are absolutely not the ones that should be allowed to have anything important to do. All right.
On the other hand, if you need a distraction...
They are the perfect ones.
Hey, Yellow, may I suggest very distracting as a new aspect?
But I would have to pay tokens to unlock that. And that basically, I just kind of do that.
Oh.
Big personality. Big personality. Actually
big personality.
Count as
that. Yeah.
All right.
Actually, that's what I used it for last time, isn't it?
I think so.
Distraction. Unfortunately, I have not rolled big personality, so... actually, now that I think about it, I should level up 2 birds with 1 stone, since I rolled that. Anyway.
Yes, that's correct.
2 birds with 1 stone. Now I can throw birds better.
Yeah, Jeffy, you can try to level up your questionable gadgets too if you want.
I might save. I'm gonna save and see if I use any of these during that.
Alright.
I'll upgrade stuff when we're done.
So, Aloquin comes out of the church very embarrassed and like kind of uncomfortable with the scene that's been created.
Okay, so I'm curious. What does the crowd think of all of this? Are they just like stunned, or are they like, yay, that was fun to watch?
There is a mixed reaction, let's say that. So some are completely entertained by the whole situation. Some are probably more close to the tailor and are a bit more annoyed.
All are confused.
Yeah, they just don't know exactly what to make of all of that.
So as I come down, I'm scanning around for Clockhead. Are you still nearby, or did you take off to?
I'm headed towards the dwarven keep or whatever. I'm done here.
Yeah, there's a part of the city that's kind of underground where most of the dwarves are.
Okay. So if I see him, I'll race to go catch up with him. And looking around, where is Ignor?
he is a bit outside of town because he's kind of big, but he
Right.
managed to witness the whole situation.
Great. Good.
Good.
I imagine the bird flew right overhead him. Over him.
Yeah. He's as stunned as the crowd, really.
Well, yeah.
Well, he should have expected this by now.
Yeah, okay, a little bit less than the crowd, just like a bit disappointed too, like, what the heck have I got myself into? Kind of expression coming from his dragon face.
I joined these guys on my own volition.
All right. I'm gonna run up, try to catch Clockhead, and
Yeah,
just
before both of you get too far away from the crowd, you see like the mayors of the city, both a human and a dwarf. They run the city together, like that's a thing they do on this mixed city, like to not upset any of the two. They have like kind of a council of two, like, and they are kind of
two.
yeah, the council of two. And they are asking around, you Clockhead, you actually know the mayors of the town because you are a merchant and that's a merchant town and you have been there a couple of times. You just can't quite recall the dwarf. It seems like it's a new one.
And the other one, you can't remember the name.
Exactly.
No, it's Steve.
I'll go with Steve because I was going to go to the name generator because they didn't know it either.
Mayor Steve, yeah. Yeah, I have a bit better relations with this town than the actual dwarven one. Just stating that for you, Shifty.
Yeah.
But I see them coming, and just, oh, hey, Steve, it's been a while. It's been a while, hasn't it? Since,
he
since
looks
I've,
at you. He looks at you.
since I've been here.
He raises his hat as a compliment and oh, hi, Clockhead, long time no see. Do you know what is this commotion?
No.
He's together with a dwarf friend, his dwarf partner too.
No, I think you should ask my friend here.
oh no. Aloquin's like just coming up, realizing there's like important people, and like she's starting to back away. Oh hi.
You start to back away, and they signal to the guards around to kind of hold you because they found it a bit suspicious that you would do that.
Yeah.
And there's a commotion here. They're not exactly sure what's going on.
Yeah. All right. How can I help you, fellas?
We just want to know what is going on exactly.
We have... This is gonna sound like a lie, like I can't lie, and I'm making up a lie, it's so stupid, but this is the truth. We have a feral mud goblin, and he's obsessed with the color blue, and he stole that dress and decided to dance around on top of the church, and I can't quite pin down why, but I'm real sorry. And that's it, and I will pay for the I will attempt to pay for the dress if it is about 8 gold.
It's already been done.
It's already paid for, so all it was really free entertainment, I guess.
The guards actually confirm your story. Some of them saw it happening. They confirm that you kind of tried to help before the whole beard situation.
I don't think any further action is needed. I think everything's fair and square now, and we should just be on our way, maybe. Right?
I'd say so.
Thank you, Steve. Mr. Steve.
If everything's settled, then there is no need for further action. He then addresses the dwarf, then addresses the crowd, asks everybody to leave, the show's over, all that kind of stuff. People start to go back to their daily business, and since there is really no damage done, the dress was paid for, like, things die down right there. But they are still the mayors. You might try to, get something out of them, since there is this whole situation going on with the war and stuff. You got their attention.
Hold on. In all honesty, did Sneegli break a window too?
I haven't decided. I don't know if he crashed through glass, or went through flung open a.
I think it's funnier him just carefully cracking open a window and stepping through in a blue dress.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to know if that was going to come back to bite us or not.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about the window. But yeah, it has been a week.
And also, everything that came after was a little distracting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
dang it! I forgot. I had a joke lined up for when the dress flew away, but I forgot to say it. Drat.
Tell us now.
Okay.
Share it with us now.
Okay. He was just gonna throw it away in disgust and say, "Bah! It's probably white and gold anyway."
Humorous.
Okay.
Alright. Took a while to remember what was referencing for.
Anyway.
All right. I feel like Aloquin is like, we've pushed our luck already. So Clockhead, if you want to speak up, I know you're not in the best of moods, but this is not her forte.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm assuming everyone has just about dispersed.
Yeah, and you still haven't even talked to the dwarven mayor.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess I could go talk to them, or we could just head toward the dwarven city, and just because likely any news that goes to them will likely trickle down into here.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
The city hall could be a good place. It's in between the area with the outside area with the humans and the underground area with the dwarfs.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayors.
The dwarf looks at you and says, "Who are you calling him, mister?" And you look at the
Oh no! Oh
the
no!
bearded figure like really big beard. and she's like, "Who are you
You were
calling,
asking
Mister?"
about- You were asking
Steve,
about dwarven women.
obviously.
Uh,
Mr. and Mrs. May.
No, that
Um,
makes it sound like they're married.
no. They're not-
Mayors.
yeah.
Your
Are they
honors.
married? Is she Steve's new wife?
She's bearded, all dwarfs like have very long beards, all of them.
They'll have some kind of facial hair.
Yes.
We have a serious matter that we've come here to discuss with the higher ups, I suppose, in the Dwarven city. Our story is a bit. You've already heard this, but our story is a bit odd.
A bird crawls in the distance.
I think you hearing of it first would be helpful.
They mentioned that you came here on a dragon, and they are curious about the whole situation.
I turn to Aloquin. How fast are you?
That is a terrifying thing to say to someone. Out of the blue.
Remember that they get along with dragons.
I am pretty fast.
Okay. Would you run and go check with Ignore if it's okay to bring people to him? Because I think hearing his story from him would be a bit more...
Yeah, good thinking. All right. So, she'll go running off fast as she can through the town to find Ignore on the outside.
I guess Sneegli will scamper after her.
Okay.
He's there waiting outside. He looks at you and says, "What was that?"
Fair question. I don't know how to answer that. Let's cover that at a later date. Right now, we have an opportunity to talk to some hoity-toity, bigger, higher-up folks. Clockhead's charming them somewhere over there, and he wants to know if it's all right if they hear your side of the story as we try to get people alerted to the fact that, things are kind of going awry as far as dragon kingdoms. You all right with talking to them?
Of course, I think that's actually a good idea. I'll be happy
Yeah,
to
I
tell
thought
the
so
story.
too. All right. I will be right back. She turns around and runs the opposite direction back to the back over to where Clockhead was last she saw him.
I'm making
I'd say
small
depart.
talk.
Okay.
Sneegli asks, "Have you seen a flying dress?"
Who are you asking?
Ignore.
He looks. You were responsible for that, weren't you?
He nods energetically.
Why? Why? He's just
Why?
confused.
The question everyone has.
And then it just cuts back to
Oh, okay. Sure. Cut back to
just
Clockhead.
leaving off with him saying why, just as a
Yeah,
Alright.
just imagine a confused face and a dragon.
Alright.
Although I do want to hear if there's an actual explanation. So, if there's more than it was blue, then please go ahead, continue.
Just
It could have been the pressure.
Yeah,
and
alright.
he's gesturing grandly as he says the precious.
Yep, pretty much what we knew. Alright.
Okay.
Alright. Aloquin runs up. Okay, alright, so ignore, he's good. He's good with it. Yeah, come meet our red dragon.
Yes. You okay there?
Yeah.
Yep, just running. Lots of running.
Alright. We follow us. We will bring you to him.
They agree to go with you.
And we do that.
Okay. So I bring the two mayors before Ignore, and explain sort of what happened to us, Aloquin and Clockhead, just very briefly, before letting Ignore explain, everything that happened to him and his whole relationship with the princess and everything, showdown with Cantor and so on and so forth.
Yes, the Myers comment
And as
that they heard about the commotion in the Whispering River and the aftermath of the dragon fight, but they didn't know what exactly happened there. You were going to say something, Yellow?
Just that as you guys are discussing this, you can hear rummaging and sneegly noises in the forest.
Sneakly noises.
Sneegly noises.
Okay.
He's presumably searching for the dress.
He's just hunting for the dress again.
Yeah, the...
I mean, it's not ours, so...
Okay, let me get back. I am a bit out of sorts today. I had a lot of problems before here, like technical problems too. So yeah. Anyway, the
Sorry, I interrupted him again with notes.
okay. So
This doesn't have to be resolved right now, so yeah. Go ahead, Shetty.
The mayors are. They look at Ignore and they are curious. How the heck did he get with the storm dragon princess being him a fire dragon? Like, how exactly the whole thing happened? How he managed to get her attention at all, considering the history between them?
Eloquent's like, oh yeah, that's a fair point.
I think now it's Ignore's turn to tell an embarrassing story. Something involving poetry, perhaps.
He goes like, well, I didn't even expected that she would be the princess when I first met her. You know, it's not like we dragons have castles or, this fancy clothes and things you other species use. But a while ago I was I was living like on the border between the dwarven and human kingdom, just a little more closer to the human capital, and I got curious about how you guys you do so well together, and we dragons, we kind of fight each other, and I was starting to get curious. So I asked human mage to help me infiltrate the storm dragon places, because
Oh no.
I wanted to know if all those stories about the blue dragons were true. And yes, I randomly met with one or another, but I knew it was a really bad idea to just go to the Storm Dragonlands. So yeah, the mage actually managed to give me a disguise. I went there and spent a few weeks there. I actually figured out that most of what I knew about the storm dragons, or that I thought I knew, were actually false. And maybe someone I became a little more than friends. And yeah, I didn't know she was the princess at the time. So I decided to tell her the truth, that I was a red dragon, and I did. She was shocked at first, but she understood that histories might be exaggerated. And we decided to, run away on our own. Of course, at that time I wasn't with my disguise anymore, and things might have gotten a bit heated.
Oh, boy.
And apparently the dragons are using this as an excuse to start a war. They think I kidnapped the princess. Well, the storm dragon knows I didn't. The fire dragons also know I didn't, but that is not bothering them.
I mean, it just sounds like they're looking for an excuse to start a war.
Yes.
From the forest, you hear, "Welcome to High Courts."
What? What?
Welcome to Noble Courts.
As in,
they're looking for excuses to start wars.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
no.
just part of the
Aloquin,
course.
Aloquin isn't getting it. She's thinking he's found something and he's talking to it. So she's gonna start like. she's totally lost. She has no idea what he's talking about. Okay, all right. He found some sort of a court. I don't know. I don't know what is going through his head most of the time.
Found a quarter.
Yeah, he found like quartz, like a gem or something. I don't know.
We are
Anyway.
in dwarven
I was trying to be
territory.
on topic, and you guys are derailing at this time.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys have any boons? Any letters of authenticity or something you can give us to say these sound like reputable? I mean, I wouldn't give us, dang it, but we are definitely not. She starts like getting just like really uncomfortable, and she's like Clockhead. She starts slapping Clockhead. She's like, take over.
We're not the best people for this, but we are the people who know this. Fate just sort of decided it that way.
The mayors talk among themselves for a while, and they they agree that the history connects, like it makes sense from beginning to end, but it is still a bit hard to believe on everything. Ignor himself is not like any special guy, and they actually, with some reservation, are believing in you, but they raise the following problem. How are you going to convince the human court that this is something that is going to happen?
Well, we're trying to get the acknowledgement of the Dwarven court.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware that you two have rather good relations. So, well, they wouldn't believe us, they would probably believe you.
And
Or,
perhaps the dwarves have investigators they can deploy?
it's a pretty serious problem. So, resources would be nice.
Ignor offers to try to find the princess again. That means he would be leaving to try to find while you sort things out with the humanoids.
Surely diplomatic channels would be quicker. And
Yeah.
less likely to get Ignor struck by lightning.
Not to mention that probably the king has brought her back to whatever cave, the royal caves, and it's just pretty much locked her down there. Like, I don't see why she would be around not in, unless she did escape. She could have escaped Cantor. I don't know. So there's a chance, but I wouldn't risk it. Diplomatic channels would probably be better.
Yeah. Or at least someone a bit more subtle than a giant red dragon.
Yeah. A giant beaten up, currently number one criminal watch
Yes.
list. Yeah. Probably not a good idea. Anyway.
Aloquin will go over and kind of put a hand on Ignore and be like, I know it's difficult to be separated from someone you love and to want to find them. I understand that. But it's probably safer, like they're talking about, to let this go through other channels and not risk yourself. I mean, it's no good. You're no good to her dead, right? It might be better for you to hide out somewhere safe while you put your trust in folks that have a vested interest in this.
He looks at you and say, you have a point. It would not be a good idea to meet Tiander again. He is powerful. And
Am I catching that Cantor's name is not Cantor?
Yes, Ignor keeps calling him Tiander.
All right, can you spell that out for us somewhere?
Oh yes, here. Oh.
Perfect, thank you.
There we go. All right.
How are the mayor guys seeming about this? Do they seem open to the idea of giving resources and helping us investigate this while we head to try to warn human courts and they try to give us support in that? Do they seem open?
Or beginning their own investigation if they don't really have reason to trust us?
Yeah.
They talk among themselves for a bit and then come to a conclusion. They decide to write you letters of recommendation so that you can go to the go to the human king and explain your history, and they will warn the dwarves themselves, and start some investigation to give this whole story a little bit more backing.
All right. So we don't have to go meet with the dwarven, court or anything, right?
Yeah, the dwarves will not be directly affected by this, more indirectly through the situation, their the human allies. So they are more dependent on what the humans will do.
Okay.
Since they are more underground, the ones that will be really affected will be the humans and the elves.
Right.
They are the ones that live above ground and probably will have dragons raining on top of them if this work goes through.
All right. So I suppose we should head to the dwarven human highway.
Indeed.
All right.
It'd be the quickest way to get there. Ignore, are you okay with staying here or following us or something? I mean, you can tell your story better than us, so perhaps you said that your home is between the dwarven and human kingdoms.
Yeah, around the frontier. Yeah.
Okay. I suppose you could head there and we will meet you on the other side.
All right then. So okay, you are going to take the underground highway then. Okay.
You are a wonderful guy. I mean no offense. But I have someone that I want to go check on someone.
Okay. I will meet you by the human capital then.
I will see you there.
All right. Stay safe. Try not to rush out and do anything dangerous, all right? A lot of this is riding on your testimony, so.
You too, stay safe.
Thanks.
And just bye from the forest.
And he looks at you and says, "And you little troublemaker, I don't even know what to say to you. Just stay out of trouble. Is it even possible? I don't know. Bye."
Probably not.
He flaps his wings and go towards the human capital. The mayors also offer to send a message to where you left your caravan to see if you can have them meet you at the capital. They'll probably arrive a little.
Would be fantastic. Thank you.
They'll probably arrive like a couple days after you arrive.
It might be a good idea to not go to the court right away. Just let the dwarves figure out what they're doing. Get it into the higher dwarven areas. Let that, cement a little bit. Maybe the investigators can learn a little bit more. So I don't think we're in a massive rush right now.
Just admit it, you're afraid that we're going to get kicked out of the capital before the caravan gets there.
That would be troublesome. I need someone to look after my horses. Okay. So Clockhead, motions for Aloquin to follow him.
Let
He
me go get
reaches into-
Sneegli.
I was gonna say he just reaches into a nearby book, pulls out Sneegli.
Oh,
Did I
okay.
have any luck with finding that dress?
Let's see. What could be? Well, you could try to roll for "It's my precious" to see how precious that
Yeah.
dress was to you.
True.
But it's very. It went its ways. You have a really good roll on that, so it's gonna be hard. It's a 3.
It's a 3.
It's a
Okay.
3.
Just 2.
It's
Not
just the
even that.
bird.
It's just 1.
Well, I do have a
you-
bonus. So.
you'll fi-
oh,
you'll
wait
fi-
a minute. Did it? Oh, you're right. 1.
You'll find the bird, not the dress.
Just a very, very dizzy bird with shreds of blue fabric.
Dang it. I was hoping that I would either find the dress or I wouldn't find anything and it could show up later.
New animal companion.
I don't think that bird's going to want to have anything to do with me.
No.
It's Sneegly's throwing bird.
Sneegly's throwing bird. You guys can try to tame it, but
No,
I don't think
no.
Sneegly's going to have any luck.
Okay. Alright, so I pull Sneegly out. He's holding a very scared and dazed bird.
They're just shaking it. Where is the precious?
I just sort of carry him under one arm towards the big doors of the dwarven city.
Yeah.
Fuck!
The-
He
the-
throws the
the-
bird away in
The bird
disgust.
just squawks very loudly as it flies away. Like kind of.
Sneegly. Sneegly, I am very confused about the compulsion you have. Can you shed any insight? I admit I am not great in crowds, and that was horrible for me. So, let's just get it out there. Can you all explain why you thought to do that? Where was the logic? What was the... Can you... Just give me something.
You're breaking her.
It might have been the precious, and the precious is important.
How do you know that? How... What tells you that?
Not sure. Just know that the precious is important.
And it's just blue. It doesn't have a size or a shape or anything.
Sneegly doesn't know what it is, just that it's blue.
Okay. And you had... What do you...
Allow me to point you to the first the second aspect of
Yeah,
my...
no, I know.
card,
I know,
yes.
but she doesn't.
Well, he has explained that he can't remember, hasn't he?
Yes, but she's frustrated and she's trying to get something to alleviate that frustration, and she's not. So, and that's fine. It's just that's why I'm just role playing this out.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
okay.
And, says
Yeah.
Sneegly, stuffy courts need to be shaken up.
What? She just looks down at him. What does that mean?
How can I explain this clearly in Sneegli speech?
That man was just a tailor. What are you talking about?
When big, important people feel big and important, they do bad things. So, need to be not serious.
He's just, you can tell that this is about as articulate as he can come up with for this concept.
You're an anarchist. We have found ourselves an anarchist as we try to speak to the courts about wars. All right, Clockhead, you said you had somebody we needed to head towards. Let's focus on that. I need a little time to process.
All right. How are you and Sneegli together? Like, you are like side by side. Are you carrying him?
I'm carrying him.
I don't think I'm
under
carrying
one
him. She's a little ticked.
I'm carrying him under one arm like luggage.
Okay,
You're
that's fair.
carrying him. Okay.
Just to make sure he doesn't get away.
Mm-hmm. All right. Suddenly, you can't see anything, and you hear a big squawk.
Oh no!
What?
What have I invoked?
The dark forces.
Actually, there is just something on your head that's blocking your vision.
Whose vision?
Clockhead. And yours
Is there a
too.
bird on my face?
No, there is no bird. It's a piece of cloth.
Oh.
Hey, Sneegli.
He looks up. I assume he's being carried backwards.
I was he's being carried backwards, I guess. He just takes it off. Just reaches over and gently sets it on Sneegli's head.
So, the dress, I presume, in what condition?
Not too damaged, but still not in perfect condition.
Okay, since it's the entire dress, I'm handing it to Quinn.
What?
He does. Since it's the entire dress, I'm handing it to Aloquin. I don't want Sneegli anywhere.
I'm handing it to Aloquin.
For you.
What? She holds this dress. She's, a hefty, rough, bulky woman that it's not gonna fit in this little.
Can I say that he just happened to get the right size of dress? Maybe. I mean, so this is medieval times-ish.
Yeah.
Fantasy things.
Yeah.
Standards of beauty have changed over the years, so it is not it's not unlikely that being a big fat woman might be considered a sign of beauty, because that means that you A, get a lot of food, and B, don't have to work it off. So
she is. Let me clarify. She is not fat. She's just muscle and
she's just big. But
nobody
makes dresses for muscled people in this day and age. So I'm going for just big.
All right.
Those buff dresses, size buff.
Size buff, yeah. She kind of holds it up to herself, has this moment of oh my gosh, this might actually fit me, and then looks embarrassed that she thought that, and kind of crumples it up. Thank you. I'll hold on to this for next time I'm invited to a ball.
You know, we might be.
We could
That's
very
tough.
well be invited to a ball.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to find it again for you.
She like crams it into her bag unceremoniously. This
that's
doesn't
about-
this
yeah.
doesn't change the fact I'm still upset you took it, Sneegli.
Ah.
All right, where are we headed, Clockhead?
There's a man I know that lives in the Dwarven City.